Okay, so we're going to move on to the next lesson in the course, which is hitting the road. So it's more of looking at investigating actual jobs and then creating a resume, cover letter, and so on. Uh, you are not going to do this entire lesson, activity 3, in this time. So make sure you listen carefully where to stop, because then next week at some point I will let you know when you're going to finish it, because this is a lot of work in one activity. Okay. So as you go through this, you're going to read through this. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to one of these websites or to any website and get a job description. Okay. There's a ton of different websites out there that have job descriptions and like job postings that you can find. Um, so then once you've found them, I need you to keep a copy of them, and I'm going to want to see a copy as well for later on. So later on in this activity, way down, you are going to need those. So either copy and paste it into Microsoft Word, or print it off as or save it as a PDF in order to upload it. Okay. So then you're going to talk about it explains here about reading between the lines. So you infer things based on the advertisement. And there's two different types. Explicit, so they actually tell you exactly in the text, and implicit details are things that based on what they're saying is they're trying to say, but they don't actually explicitly say it. Okay. So then you're going to go here and you're going to do a practice of looking at a job advertisement. Okay. So here is the job advertisement when you open it up, and it's got some questions here. Okay. And you're going to answer these based on here, and then you're going to answer these based on yourself. And I want you to post this in the discussion board. Okay. So once you go into the discussion board, okay, and you join the discussion, and start a new thread, activity 3, or just put your name, you're going to add an attachment. Okay. This is where you're going to put that file that you completed. Okay. So once you put that up there and then you post it, you need to read at least 2 other people's posts. So you'll have to go into the post, open up their files, and read 2 other people's, and I want you to respond to 2 other people's posts. Okay. So read their stuff and then respond with what your opinion is, or agree, disagree, or add things in. Okay. That is a requirement, and you're going to be assessed on actually making a response to your classmates. Okay. So let's go back here. It talks a little bit more about next steps. And then there's some cool interactive things. So this one is like a resume builder kind of thing that is going to go through. So every time you have a job or you're applying for a job, you need to create a resume so that they know, they figure why should they hire you? Okay, this is what makes you stand out above other people. Um, so this is what you create, and by now I think most of you would have already made a resume at some point. So I want you to go through the interactive thing, and it has 3 different jobs in here that you need to go through, and it gives you some resume tips. Okay, you will be making a resume for one of the 2 job postings that you found later on in this activity this week. Okay, so once you're done that, it talks about the cover letter and the do's and don'ts of cover letters. Okay. Another thing is, once you're done, and I want you to make sure you go through these, you can as well go online and get help with cover letters by just searching in Google and resumes. So there's a lot of tips out there. You could go to YouTube and watch a video on cover letters and on resumes that can definitely help you. And if you are having any questions, make sure to email me and ask me about tips or what can I do to improve and so on. Okay. So then moving down, it talks about the interview process and what you do in an interview, and the follow up, which is writing a thank you letter and so on, which you will do again soon. Okay. So still talks about this a little bit. And then your assignment is you're going to create a kind of a job search package, which is going to include the ad, and I need the ad to be included, a resume, a cover letter, a thank you letter, and what the thank you email would look like, okay? When you submit your work, I'm not a student. Hold on one sec. When you submit your work, okay, and that link will automatically take you to the submissions, okay? Okay, when you add a file, you can add multiple files. So you're going to upload a file, add, and then you're going to add another file, okay? So all of those files, there should be 5 of them, should be in there. And then you are going to press submit, okay? So that is where you're going to stop, okay? Workplace safety, you are not going to do this week. Make sure you access the rubric for how you're being marked on this, okay? And other than that, you will have about a week to do this. And then I will open stuff later into next week. So make sure you're using your time wisely and to get this done.